Hi, today we will be covering an introduction to algebra. The way that we can think of algebra is that they are letters and symbols that can represent a number in a mathematical equation or formula. And the biggest benefit of this is that you can represent a formula in a more general form. What I mean by that is that if we have an example, let's say the formula to the perimeter of the rectangle, which you know is both sides of the length added with both sides of the height. The way that algebra can help you to generalize this operation is by replacing them with a letter. So let's just use L for length and H for height. And so with this formula, you can calculate the perimeter of any rectangle there is out there. No matter what measurement of height and length, you just have to replace those numbers into this formula and you can find your solution. So this is what we call an algebraic expression. And in any group of letters and numbers that are separated by either a plus or minus operation symbol, we will consider them as one term. Okay, so now that you have learned that algebra is just using symbols and characters to represent unknown numbers in a mathematical expression, here are a few more rules of thumb that you can apply so that you can keep your expressions short, simple, and tidy. First rule is to skip the multiplication sign, which means that when you have 2 multiplied by h, you can write it as 2h. And x multiplied by y can be written as xy. The second rule is to use fractions to represent a division, meaning to say, when you have h divided by 2, that's basically h over 2. X divided by y is just x over y. Rule number 3, anything multiplied by 1 is itself. So when you have something like 1h, which is 1 multiplied by h, you can simplify that into just h, and you don't need to write the number 1. Rule number 4, algebraic expressions are written with the numbers in front and in alphabetical orders. So let's say, for example, an operation of y times z times x. You are usually encouraged to simplify this multiplication into xyz, following their alphabetical order. Let's look at another example. Let's say b times 2 times a. Then in this case, we always arrange the number in front and the remaining characters will again follow the alphabetical order. So what we have is 2ab. Rule number 5, powers and indexes applies to algebra in the same way they will apply to numbers. So if you have h times h or h times h times h, they can be written as h squared and h cubed. Be aware that h times h is not 2h, because h plus h is 2h. You don't want to confuse that at all. I've seen many students confuse this, right? H times h is not 2h, instead it is h squared. The way you can get 2h is by adding 2h together. Addition gives you 2h. Vice versa, you have h times h, it is not 3h, because h plus h is the correct way to get 3h. Okay, the last rule is rule number 6, which is very important to mention, which is that powers only apply to the numbers directly before it, which means that if you have 5a squared, it is actually equals to 5 times a times a. So the power is not applied to 5. The power is only applied to a, and the 5 we only multiply it once. A way to apply powers to more than one number is that you can use a bracket, which will look like xy in brackets to the power of 3. And this equals to xy times xy times xy. And if everything until this point is clear, let's try a few exercises in the next video.